Dear Shrestha viewers, welcome. In this class, we are going to discuss what is economics, its nature and scope. Everyone, do you remember the definitions which I explained in the last class? Or did it sound like some Greek and Latin or something? It's okay. Is it clear to you? So this topic is not that confusing today, but there is no loss if you study the definitions. It is good to you if you remember it and practice it daily, because I won't ask you, but it will be helpful for your exams. Okay. Now we are moving into the nature of economics. Basically today I want to discuss little in a normal general session, like, because we don't have many points to discuss, it is really general, like human wants are unlimited, this we all know, and in order to survive in a place we have few needs. Those are food, shelter, protection, clothing, everything we are learning from our 1st to 10th class in social studies. Yes or no? Am I making sense? So, in the same way, all these resources are collectively called as commodities, and once we are done with our basic necessities, we tend to have more luxurious items such as luxurious cars, bungalows, gold, jewelry, and also in order to get a social status, you need education, health and security, etc. And all these commodities are produced, like this goods, services that satisfies your needs are produced by the organizations, and in order to produce such products and services, the management or the organization has to make many decisions, and they have to get the materials, they have to produce and also satisfy your needs. When they does that does not only satisfies your needs but also gives you a pleasure of using such things. Okay, so once after your needs are satisfied, it is a basic thing of the society. Like when we are living in a society, we need to care about each other's perspective, its needs and importance. So in order to which we have to get the materials, resources, turn it into products and serve the requirements of the people in the society. And all these commodities, from where are they coming? These are called, these are produced from the economic resources. Now till now we are talking about resources, economic resources, etc. and all those definitions. What are those economic resources? Those are land, labor, capital, organization. Combine all these, it is called as factors of production. What it is called? Factors of production. Using these factors of production in the organization, they are going to produce some tons of products and services, and they are going to satisfy our needs. That is like employing a land, hiring a land, then labor and accumulating the capital in order to produce a large amount, and where it is done? In organization. And organization is like it provides us the goods and services, and combined it is called as factors of production. So here economics, again here it comes like these factors of production are falling in scarce, like it is in a limited amount in which we have to use that scarce resource more carefully in order to satisfy our needs. Okay, here comes the problem of choice, how to select the scarce resource. The economics is a study wherein it involves to make a perfect choice, like how to use that resources carefully when it is in scarce. Okay, so when you have a limited amount of water, what will you do? You will just use it for drinking, cooking and etc., and you won't make any swimming pool out of it, or any some like you won't play or something, you won't waste the water, right? You basically use it for your necessities. And even the same with the money and the products, whenever it is falling in scarce, land is falling scarce, labor are falling scarce, and these are all the factors of production, that is economic resources. When they are falling scarce, it is an obstacle to produce the goods and services. So when they are taking such a risk and providing all those goods and services and satisfying our needs, it is our responsibility to use it properly and carefully at present, and also promote it to the future. That is called sustainable development. That is called nature of economics. Got it? Now we are moving into the scope of economics. Now we are going into the scope of economics. You can see this diagram. It is divided into three. Economics, few of this scope points are given here for you. Economic theory, applied economics, descriptive economics. Now what is economic theory? Like for every subject, you have a theoretical part and a practical part. So all the theory concepts, the theoretical part of economics is called economic theory, which is divided into static economics and dynamic economics. Now what is this static economics and dynamic economics will be coming in the further concepts. It is again to be explained deep, so I will be continuing it in the next class, but collectively it is also called as economic analysis. This economic theory is also called as economic analysis, which is divided into, or its types are static and dynamic. Remember up to here. We'll come to this part later. Okay. Now applied economics. Now what is this applied economics? It connects the outcomes of economic analysis with the descriptive economics. Got it? It connects the outcome of economic analysis or economic theory with descriptive economics. So it acts as a link between economic analysis with that is applied on descriptive. Its types are managerial economics, industrial economics and agricultural economics. All these managerial economics, industrial economics and agricultural economics will come under this applied economics. Clear? Is that easy? Now, what is descriptive economics? It actually catches the actual subject matter of the concept, like what is what, to apply to particular for a study, for a particular study. Like the example is Indian economy. It is actually concerned with the main part of the subject matter of economics. Like it is meant for a simple study, for a specific study we use this particular thing. So descriptive, it is clear in thought. So whatever it wants, it only takes that. So example is Indian economy. Study of Indian economy is called descriptive economics. What is it called? Economic theory or economic analysis is divided into static and dynamic. Those are types of economic analysis. Now this is further divided, like applied economics is divided into managerial, industrial and agricultural. Coming to descriptive, it is Indian economy. These are the sources, scope of economics and nature we have already seen. Now with the next topic I'm going to come before you is significance of economics. Like what this topic is useful to whom is what we are going to study in the later sessions. Now if I made the relevant to the video, kindly like, share and subscribe and stay tuned to Shrestha. Thank you.